Hello.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
A small example I want to give now, that is, let's take from this particular trigger. I am calling this Apex class where I am creating another account record. Let's take account cc to now giving acc dot name, starting the account in database. So from a trigger, I want whenever you want to create a account, automatically create another account. Okay, here. Let's try to create one account. Check what kind of error you are getting here. Minimum trigger depth kind of error, right? So this is nothing but
Yeah.
trigger recursiveness, trigger recursion. I mean, this particular trigger is calling itself again and again and again. Now, whenever you are inserting a particular trigger, in the before insert, what you are doing, you are inserting on trigger, right? You are inserting.
Yes,
So here, if you are inserting this trigger, I mean, inserting this account, that means what? This trigger will be activated again.
yes,
From the UI, you are trying to insert one account. When you do that, this trigger will be activated for the first time. And there, what you are doing, you are calling this method create SSE where you are creating another account. So here again, you are inserting another account. That means what? This trigger is getting called again and again and again. Correct?
hmm,
Called trigger recursion. Calling a same trigger again and again and again. And how to avoid it? Very simply, you can use here on static Boolean variable. Globally, you have to write. I mean, on the class level, you have to write. Right here, public static Boolean flag. Here I am making it to true. Making it to true. And here I'm checking here if this particular flag equals to true, then only I'll be running it. But here inside of it, I'll be converting it to false as well. This is the simplest way how you can avoid trigger recursion. Now try to save.
So, so in this way, you only create one record and it trigger another one. So totally you create two records, right? Account record.
Yeah, now two records should be created. If you see, I mean,
Mhm.
this particular account test SSE, another account should be created in database. Previously, what was happening? You are inserting one account, so trigger was calling this particular method, and here you are calling. I mean, you are creating another trigger. I mean, another account. So that is ultimately calling your trigger again. So this is running in a loop again and again. So by looping, infinite looping. So that is called trigger recursion. And how to avoid that particular trigger recursion? By using this Boolean variable simply. On the class level, declare one variable, that is your flag equals to true, and it is a static variable. Okay, that means memory allocation will be done only once, right? Here, what you are doing, you are checking if the flag equals to true, you are converting it to false, and then you are inserting. So if you are inserting this account record now, what will happen? Your trigger will be activated again. For the first time, trigger is activated. Okay, and it is calling this particular method. Flag is true. Okay, fine. So you are checking this one. Now flag you are updating to false. You are creating a new account. So here you are inserting one account. That means your trigger will be activated again. This will call the same method here. But this time, as my flag value is a static value, so here you are updating it to previously false. That means this condition
Mhm.
is not matching, right? That means what? This is there is chance of looping.
Yes,
Got my point, right?
yes, yes, I got it.
Okay. Trigger recursion, that is, if a trigger calling the same trigger again and again, it will run in a infinite loop and will result in trigger max with error of trigger recursion. Example, like previously you are writing this trigger and class was previously the class was this particular flag value you are not using, so you can avoid this boolean value as well as these two checks. And to avoid example where you will face the error, and solution is what? Solution is what? Now the apex,
Creating.
what you have to do?
Yes.
Public static boolean.
Creating.
What an example, okay?
Yes.
Apex class. Only you have to modify. So now the class will be like this. Use public static boolean variable. This way you can avoid